There is no normalcy in culinary school, which is part of the beauty of it. Every day is different. Right now, it's just like going to medical school or any other type of school. It's really jam-packed, and so you may only get one day on eggs. You might only get one day on, braises and stews. And so absorption at a fast rate is really essential. We're moving really fast. Everything that we do is dependent on attention to detail, refining your skills, and really mastering the techniques that you're learning and building on that. And so that's what I find really refreshing about going to school is that, each day it's like you're learning new building blocks, and it just becomes more interesting along the way. In a lab setting, for example, we'll basically get hands-on experience working in teams, even getting to kind of play chef, and trying to lead our group on certain days. We have to do a lot of pre-planning, ideally, to execute everything correctly and on time. And a lot of the food that we make will actually get served in the cafeteria next door at MATC, which is really neat because then you know that your food is not just being produced to be produced. It's going to be enjoyed, hopefully, by a lot of people. And that's just first year lab, which is as far as I've gone. For me, it was about creating food that I would want to see if the end of days was near. It's like if you had, limited choices left, what would you want on your table? A lot of times that meant combining different flavors or ideas all rolled up into one thing, like buffalo mac and cheese. So that actually turned into a food blog, which started off totally amateur, and then I had the good fortune of starting to date a web designer who I'm still with. So honestly, the concepts are the easy part for me. It's the technique and being able to think of how to pull those ideas off. That's the more difficult part for me. Honestly, it's like one of those things where, like when I'm writing too, like sometimes I'll just be in bed, kind of half asleep, and it'll just hit me like, why is there not bacon in my pecan pie? Food for me is very experiential. I've always been somebody who, I think with my heart and with my gut. And for me, just having dinner or being able to share food with other people is how I show that I care. I feel that food can communicate so many different things. It's a really great way to create social bonds, and even in some of the things that I'm doing now, I find that food is such a great connector between different groups of people, and it's one of those things that we can all come back to as common ground.